Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, March 15th. We have all you need to know about road infrastructural changes in Bellefonte, as well as details on staff member assaults in Center County State prisons.
We also have more on the closure of Silicon Valley Bank in California, along with weather, sports, and entertainment. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jace.
And I'm Malia Brown.
One of the most dangerous intersections in Bellefonte looks to be getting a new traffic light in hopes to safeten the intersection. Last summer, Bellefonte Borough Council approved asking PennDOT to conduct a traffic study to see if a traffic light was necessary. The intersection is located between Parkview Boulevard and Zion Road. Bellefonte Borough Manager Ralph Stewart said PennDOT found that a traffic light was warranted. In that intersection alone, heavy traffic has intensified as there are several businesses near the intersection. These include Mount Nittany Medical Center, banks, a new school, as well as a brewery. With the approved plan, the town has a 2-year gap to fulfill it and continue to ensure travel safety for residents.
The Borough of Bellefonte continues to work with PennDOT for permanent repairs of a wall along Spring Creek in town. The wall collapsed on November 12th of 2020, and the road is still closed. This is causing immense amount of traffic with the still in place temporary detours. Bellefonte Borough Manager Ralph Stewart shares that a permanent plan to duplicate the concrete walls is already in place. However, there is no time frame of when the permanent repair will occur, with detours remaining in place until then. Residents will be informed by the borough when PennDOT decides to take action.
A former U.S. Postal Service worker was indicted Thursday by a federal grand jury that accused him of stealing money from packages in Center County. Bellefonte resident Ryan Klauser was charged with 2 counts of theft of mail by a Postal Service employee. The 24-year-old was accused of stealing money from letters and packages on 2 occasions in December. Klauser worked at the State College Post Office on South Fraser Street. He was hired in February 2022 and was employed until January 26th of this year. A spokeswoman for the federal prosecutors said the alleged thefts happened in State College. Klauser is to be arraigned tomorrow here in State College.
Since the beginning of 2023, at least 3 employees of the 2 Center County State prisons have been assaulted by inmates. An incident was recorded at Benner State Prison in January and February. The third occurred at a Rockview State Prison earlier this month. The state police at Rockview said the staff members at Benner State Prison were treated for minor injuries, while the staff member at Rockview was severely injured. A spokesperson said last Friday that charges are pending in all 3 cases. The union that represents over 10,000 workers in Pennsylvania prisons has pushed for the State Department of Corrections to alter its staffing levels and revise some policies. The union is hoping that it will be able to work alongside the new Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro's administration to enact certain improvements. It looks like State College is expected to warm up over the next few days, but how long can we expect it to last? Caroline Castor with Campus Weather Service has more details in tonight's weather report. Take a look.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. And what a beautiful Wednesday at that. Skies have cleared and the winds have started to calm down a little bit compared to yesterday. So it is feeling a little bit warmer than we were 24 hours ago. So we're sitting at 43 degrees right now. The wind is still a little bit of a factor at 11 miles per hour coming out of the northwest, but it is continuing to calm down as we move into the evening hours. So temperatures, like I mentioned, much warmer than they were yesterday, hovering around the low 40s, upper 30s in some areas. It's a little bit colder as you zoom out towards Erie. They're sitting at 32 degrees right now. And then even Philadelphia got up to 50 degrees today. So that's going to be more like what we're feeling tomorrow for your Thursday forecast. But again, I keep mentioning compared to yesterday because that storm was pretty decent for us. It brought with it some cold temperatures and some strong winds. So compared to 24 hours ago, we are 13 degrees warmer temperature-wise, and the entire state of Pennsylvania is also feeling that way, around 10 degrees warmer than they were this time yesterday. And I zoom out a little bit more, a big swath of the country is also feeling the same thing as high pressure is starting to build in behind the front. But it's going to be a little bit short-lived because we have another rain chance as we approach the weekend. This is the Euro model. So you can see this trough is starting to deepen associated with a low pressure system, surface low pressure system. So it's going to start giving us some moisture that we could experience some rain. This is Friday at 6:30, this line of storms. It's going to cycle through, and then it should just be in the form of rain due to the temperatures not being quite cold enough for snow. But then it does clear out by the time Sunday rolls around. You can see not a lot of cloud cover in our area for your Sunday forecast. Cycling through the beginning of next week, you can see it stays clear for your Monday. And so it's not too bad of a forecast as we move through March. So tonight, we're going to get down to 27, so still a little bit cold, but it'll be mostly clear again. And those winds are starting to calm down like I mentioned earlier. Tomorrow, you're going to top out at 55 degrees, which is something to look forward to. Partly cloudy skies, and then the winds are, again, going to stay similar to what we're going to experience tonight. But the 7-day forecast, taking a look at the week ahead, you can see 2 days where we're going to be in the 50s, 3 actually, if you look all the way out to Tuesday. We have one more cold snap on Sunday where it's going to be breezy once again, but it's going to be mostly clear and dry when it does get cold.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Olivia Dunn with your sports update. Former 3-year Penn State football letterman Deion Barnes is the new defensive line coach for the Nittany Lions. Head coach James Franklin announced he was hiring Barnes Monday in a press conference. Barnes had a short NFL career after leaving Penn State. He was with the New York Jets in 2015 and the Kansas City Chiefs in 2016. This was followed by a season in the AAF with the San Antonio Commanders in 2019. Barnes has been with the football team for 3 years as a graduate assistant and has tutored defensive players such as 2-time captain P.J. Mustipher. Barnes has also coached 11 All-Big Ten defensive linemen over the course of 3 years, alongside former defensive line coach John Scott Jr. Penn State women's lacrosse is coming off their exhilarating last-second victory over Towson Tuesday afternoon. Penn State defeated the Tigers 13-12 at Panzer Stadium, making their record 6-2. The Lions struck early with a free position goal from Megan Murray and went on a 6-goal run going into the second quarter. However, this win was truly a family affair, courtesy of the Nealon sisters. Senior midfielder Reagan Nealon assisted her sister, senior attacker Kara Nealon, for the game-winning goal with 45 seconds left on the clock. The Nittany Lions will travel to number 14 Princeton this Saturday. The New York Jets have signed Green Bay Packers wide receiver Allen Lazard in a 4-year, $44 million deal. Reports say that this pickup is an attempt to lure Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers to follow Lazard to New York. Rodgers has been playing hard to get with the Jets and reportedly created a wish list of free agents in the NFL he wanted to see signed to the Jets roster before he did the same. That list reportedly contained Lazard as well as wide receivers Randall Cobb and Odell Beckham Jr. It is still unclear whether the 4-time MVP quarterback will come out of free agency onto another team or retire. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Gabrielle Tyner has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State. Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Gabrielle Tyner with your entertainment update. Award-winning country singer and songwriter Chris Stapleton recently announced he will be performing at the Bryce Jordan Center on October 6th as part of his All-American Roadshow tour. His trip to Happy Valley comes in addition to adding 5 new stops along his current tour. Tickets go on sale March 17th with pre-sale promotions starting tomorrow. He will also be bringing special guests Margot Price and Nikki Lane along with him. Stapleton is best known for his platinum-certified albums and his songs, to name a few, You Should Probably Leave, Joy of My Life, and his version of Tennessee Whiskey. He has won 8 Grammys throughout his career and recently performed the national anthem at the 57th Super Bowl. In other local news, with the excitement over Penn State's men's basketball heading to the annual NCAA tournament, the Berkey Creamery's Flavor Madness tournament also returned this past Monday. Ice cream fanatics are now able to vote in an online tournament where 16 fan-favorite flavors compete for the Scoop Champion title. The tournament will run for 4 weeks, with voting opening on Mondays at 10 a.m. and closing each Friday at noon. Voting will take place on the Creamery's website. The winning flavor will be announced on April 10th. Participants located in the 48 continental U.S. states who indulge in the Flavor Madness tournament will be entered in a drawing to win a free shipment of Creamery ice cream. The full contest rules can be found on the Berkey Creamery's website. On a national note, a beloved sweetheart is returning to the hit reality TV show Jersey Shore. Former cast member Sammy Sweetheart Giancola is coming back after leaving the show in December of 2012. Not only is this news shocking to the fans, but to the cast as well. Sources connected to Jersey Shore Family Vacation told TMZ that the entire cast had no idea Sammy would appear on this set this past week, as they were just as shocked as the rest of the show's fan base. She will be appearing on the screen in the second half of the 6th season, which is currently in production. Her timing of return seems rather convenient, given longtime star of the show Ronnie Ortiz Magro, who Giancola had dated for on and off for years, has stepped away from the show indefinitely. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Caroline Quick will be speaking with Emily Tracy, the Director of Events for the Association for Women in Sports Media at Penn State. Stay tuned.
Ready, mics? 3, 2, fade in on 2, mic and cue.
This is Nittany Talk.
Like us making
I would say spring.
Slow down.
And he knew that. How do you think? I know. She continues to hold her values and everything though. And I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Bye.
Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart.
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts,
creators,
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before, so welcome to the family.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
The natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
I've been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
With Asking Penn State, Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
Hello and welcome back to PSN News. I'm Caroline Quick. With me tonight is Emily Tracy, the Director of Events for the Association for Women in Sports Media at Penn State. Emily, thank you for joining me tonight. I'd like to start by asking you, what is the Association for Women in Sports Media?
So the Association for Women in Sports Media, or as we like to call it, AWESOME, is a nonprofit organization founded as a support network and advocacy group for women who work in sports media. We have many chapters around colleges and universities across the country, and we really just work to promote and increase diversity in sports.
And what exactly does it mean to be a member?
So to be a member of AWESOME not only means that you want to grow and learn from others in your prospective career and what you want to do, but that you want to help others who want to do what you do. You want to help others, give them advice, learn from your mistakes, all of those sort of things.
That sounds really exciting. How can you join?
So you can go to our website, which is awsm@pennstate.wix. You can go on the Penn State Org Central page and look up Association for Women in Sports Media at Penn State. And you can go on our Instagram page, which is AWSM Penn State on Instagram, and DM us.
Can you tell me a little bit about some of the events that you hold?
So we hold a wide variety of events, from bi-weekly meetings where we hold professional speakers that are alumni members or just experts in their field in sports media. And we hold professionalism events, networking events, and then fun bonding opportunities like Galentine's dinners, trivia nights, and even goat yoga.
And I know you have a big end of the year convention. Can you tell me a little bit about the goal?
So the goal of the convention is for AWESOME members to meet other AWESOME members from other schools and network with them, and also to meet professionals in their respective fields.
And in your opinion, what are some of the benefits of connecting with other women in sports media?
So there are unlimited benefits with connecting with other women in sports media. We are creating a network of women willing and eager to help each other, to share their experiences, how they got to where they are, share mistakes and failures, and just overall advice, to be a hand to hold throughout the entire process.
And lastly, I'd like to ask you, why do you think it's important to promote women in sports media?
Because women in sports media should be the normal. It's so crucial to see other women working in these positions that they want and they know they can get, so they can pursue their dreams and passions.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but thank you, Emily, for sharing your experience and AWESOME.
Thank you.
Up next, Zachary and Malia will bring you the latest news from across the nation. Stay tuned.
Ready, mics? 3, 2, fade in on 2, mic and cue.
This is Nittany Talk.
Like us making shows out there.
I would say spring.
Slow down.
And he knew that. How do you think? I know. She continues to hold her values and everything though. And I think that that's really important. So yeah, and self-care Saturday.
And you lose a lot of sleep.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome to Culture Central. My name is Jaden Stewart.
What's good, everybody? My name is Eric Pichardo, and we are your hosts,
creators,
and executive producers of Culture Central. Is this Whitney Houston?
We're doing things that have never been done before. So welcome to the family.
If you don't include human beings, you cannot accurately model the way the climate has changed over the last 50 years.
And I don't know that we're ever going to be free of some sort of bug.
A natural state of motion for something to be in is to remain in its current state of motion.
I've been lucky enough to discover various things out there. Pulsars, exoplanets, and some other phenomena that ended up being interesting.
Hi, I'm Johnson Gary with Asking Penn State.
Of Asking Penn State,
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Asking Penn State.
Welcome back to Asking Penn State.
More than 8,500 individuals were ordered to evacuate their homes Saturday after flood in a Northern California community. The flooding occurred after the Pajaro River's levee was breached by high flooding levels, causing it to spill into the town. Crews urged residents to leave before the situation was too severe, but some stayed and had to be rescued from the rapid waters. Chair of the Monterey County Board of Supervisors, Luis Alejo, said the flooding was massive and will take months of repairs. This has not been the only flash flood warning in California. There have been multiple in the past couple of months. Governor Newsom has recently declared emergencies in 34 counties, and President Biden approved a presidential disaster declaration for some on Friday morning. This flash flood is one of several in the next few weeks to come for Californian communities.
At least 8 people were killed when 2 migrant smuggling boats capsized off the San Diego coast on Sunday. This will now be marked as one of the deadliest maritime human smuggling operations to take place ever off U.S. shores. On Saturday night, a Spanish-speaking woman on one of the boats called 911 to report that the other vessel had overturned in waves at Black's Beach. Crews from the Coast Guard and San Diego Fire Rescue retrieved 8 adult bodies from the water. No additional bodies were found when the search was suspended at 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. Every year, hundreds of maritime smuggling activities take place off the coast of California and sometimes end in tragedy. In addition, smuggling off the California coast has been a dangerous alternative for migrants to avoid due to majorly guarded land borders.
Silicon Valley Bank has recently collapsed, causing companies to scramble to figure out how to manage their finances. This collapse was a huge shock to individuals throughout the world, from California workers to individuals in London. Winemaker and general manager of Hirsch Vineyards in California, Jasmine Hirsch, said, quote, "This is a huge disappointment. The disappearance of this bank, as one of the most important lenders, is absolutely going to have an effect on the wine industry," end quote. In the United Kingdom, startup companies woke up to news that Silicon Valley Bank will stop making payments or accepting deposits. The world will continue to feel the domino effects on this abrupt closure of Silicon Valley Bank and will leave millions in need of assistance.
While investors waited to see what would happen next in the wake of the second and third largest bank collapses in U.S. history, Asian shares declined on Tuesday. So far, direct exposures to the risk resulting from American failures seems minimal in Asia. Nonetheless, continued concerns about transmission caused regional benchmarks to decline everywhere. This week on Wall Street, banks seem to have experienced the biggest price decline so far. Investors are concerned that a persistent rise in interest rates intended to curb inflation is approaching a tripping point and may be breaking the banking system. On Wall Street, the S&P 500 fell 0.2% to just under $4,000. Following the failures of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank on Friday, the United States government announced a proposal late Sunday to restore confidence in the banking industry. Time will tell what decisions the federal government will decide to make, whether that be increasing interest rates or cutting them in order to bounce back. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.